History is written by the victors, but the earth remembers the truth. Deep within the silent layers of stone, there are objects that defy every law of archaeology. These are the anomalies, the forbidden artifacts that threaten to dismantle everything we believe about our own origin. We are taught that human civilization is a linear progression from primitive tools to digital empires. But what happens when we find a piece of technology in a geological layer that predates the existence of humans by millions of years? The narrative begins to crumble. Welcome to the mystery of the London Hammer. An object so contradictory that it is often dismissed as a hoax, yet its physical existence poses a terrifying question: was there another advanced civilization on Earth long before the dawn of man? To understand the impossibility of this artifact, we must first understand the clock of the Earth. Geological strata act as a timeline. The deeper you go, the further back in time you travel, into an era of dinosaurs and primordial oceans. The artifact in question is a hammer. At first glance, it seems mundane. But this is no ordinary tool. It is a forged piece of iron, encased in a concretion of rock that dates back to the Cretaceous period, roughly 100 million years ago. The story begins in the rugged terrain of the Coso Mountains. Here, the Earth is a graveyard of ancient minerals. It was in this harsh environment that a discovery was made that would send shockwaves through the fringe community of forbidden archaeology. Imagine the shock of breaking open a prehistoric rock, expecting to find a fossilized shell or a dinosaur bone, only to find a man-made tool. The hammer was not just lying on the ground, it was part of the rock itself. This is the critical detail. The rock surrounding the hammer is a natural concretion. In geology, this means the mineral shell formed around the object over an immense period of time, effectively sealing the hammer in a stone tomb. When the artifact was analyzed, the results were baffling. The hammer head was composed of 96% iron, 3% molybdenum, and 1% nickel. This is not a random piece of ore, it is a sophisticated alloy. The presence of molybdenum is particularly striking. This element increases the strength and corrosion resistance of the metal. Such a combination suggests a knowledge of metallurgy that we believe only emerged in the modern industrial era. If the geological dating is correct, this hammer existed while the Tyrannosaurus rex roamed the Earth. The idea is absurd. It contradicts every textbook, every museum exhibit, and every established theory of human evolution. Mainstream science has a name for these objects: OPArts, or out-of-place artifacts. To the academic establishment, they are either mistakes, misidentifications, or elaborate hoaxes designed to trick the gullible. But some evidence is too physical to ignore. Skeptics argue that the hammer is simply a 19th-century miner's tool that became encased in a rapid-forming chemical concretion. They claim the rock is not millions of years old, but merely a few hundred. But the proponents of the forbidden history theory argue that the chemical composition of the rock matches the surrounding Cretaceous strata perfectly. If the rock is old, the hammer must be old. There is no middle ground. This leads us to a haunting possibility. Could there have been a pre-human civilization? A society that reached a level of industrial capability, only to be completely wiped from the face of the Earth by a global cataclysm? Others venture into more radical theories. Time slips. Dimensional rifts. The idea that an object from our future or a parallel present slipped through a crack in time and landed in a prehistoric seabed. When we look at the London Hammer, we are not just looking at a tool. We are looking at a glitch in the matrix of history. An object that refuses to fit into the puzzle we have built for ourselves. The danger of such discoveries is that they demand a total rewrite of the human story. If the hammer is real, then our ancestors were not the first to master fire, metal, and construction. Why is this artifact not in a major museum? Why is it kept in the shadows of private collections and fringe journals? Perhaps because the truth is too disruptive for the institutions of power. Imagine a world where skyscrapers of iron and glass existed millions of years ago, only to be ground into dust by the movement of tectonic plates and the crushing weight of oceans. The London Hammer is a silent witness to a forgotten era. It tells us that the Earth is far more mysterious than we are led to believe, and that our place in the timeline may be far more fragile. Every time we dismiss an OOP as a hoax, we might be closing the door on the greatest discovery in human history. We choose comfort over the unsettling truth of the unknown. As we continue to dig deeper into the crust of our planet, more anomalies emerge. The hammer is just one piece of a larger, hidden puzzle that spans the globe. Whether it is a geological fluke or a relic of a lost world, the London Hammer remains an enigma. It stands as a challenge to our arrogance, reminding us that we know very little about the deep past. The files remain open. The mysteries continue. If you seek the truth behind the forbidden history of our world, you have come to the right place. Subscribe to Artifact Files, and keep questioning everything.